energy division. This policy or this scheme is divided into two parts. One is grid connected and another one is off grid models. Okay. So in grid connected, development of solar parks and ultra mega solar power projects. Okay. So
your slides are not scrolling. I don't know that whether you are scrolling your slides or not.
no.
Sir, could you put it on slideshow mode?
I already put it on slideshow mode.
So,
No, sir. Yes, sir. It is scrolling now.
Okay. So for this grid connected solar park and ultra megawatt solar power projects, so government have implement many solar parks across India, almost 42 solar parks. So this is one of the major landmark by Government of India for this 22-23. It was extended earlier. It was going to implement by 2019 only, but that was extended by 22-23. In a scheme of setting up of over 5,000 megawatt grid connected solar power voltaic power projects under 4 of JNNM scheme phase 2. Okay. In this the major thrust of this part, this 500 megawatt project is a binding transparent system or e-auction process where anybody can participate. Okay. Then third one is 500 megawatt grid connected SPV power projects. Okay. Scaling up of size of projects thereby leading to economic of scales. Okay. So in this, so many companies were involved, and according to their capacity, they got it these power projects from 2 megawatt to thousands megawatt. Like the biggest power plant set up by Adani Group in Tamil Nadu, it is 668 megawatt. And I hope all of you will watch it. That was a landmark implementation in 6 months only, 7 months. That is a world record of that project. You can watch that project on National Geographic also.
Sir, you are in the second slide now.
Hello?
You are in the second slide now.
Third, I don't know, it is moving. Just a minute. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Now it is okay. Now it is okay.
To supplement grid power and spread out solar power projects throughout the country, thereby reducing transmission cost and losses. That is one of the major policy that we are talking about earlier. Through grid, if you are supplying some electricity from Rajasthan to Arunachal, like one of our project is in Telangana, and we have to supply that power to Arunachal government. Okay. So there we face a major drawback of this problem, major error we get it from the transmission line. So if we implement the project at nearby area, the radiation will be less, but the transmission loss we save. Okay. So again, for the entrepreneurs, DISCOM facilities or DISCOM business is involved. It is a very high integrated area of business. To create a good business models and systems of various states, governments and DISCOMs to take forward. Okay. So many private players are involved into it. Like we have a collaboration with a couple of DISCOM facilitators to supply our electricity from the power plants. Okay. Then a scheme for setting of distributed grid connected solar PV power projects in Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Island, and capital subsidy from NRE, MNRE, they will get it. Okay, I think you are aware of there is no dams, nothing is in Andaman, Nicobar or these islands. Yeah, it completely work on DG sets. Okay, to develop carbon-free islands by phasing out use of diesels for generation of electricity,
Oh, I told you.
and to contribute to the national action plan on climate change and greening of the island along with reduction in cost of electricity generation. It's a very nice policy that was implemented by MNRE.
Right.
Then Central Public Sector Undertaking CPUSC scheme. Government is also participating in this development or in these schemes as PSUs. I think you are aware of NPCC is a division of NTPC, which works completely into thermal segment also. Exactly, alternate energy. Fine. So they set up almost 12,000 megawatt grid connected solar photovoltaic producer with viability gap funding, VGF support for self use or use by government entities either directly or through distribution companies. Okay. For achieving cumulative capacity of 40,000 megawatt from rooftop solar RTS projects by the year 22. All the government buildings, I think you are aware of or you see, they were solarized these days, and it is going on like anything. Then we come into the another segment, off grid connected. Off grid connected means where battery is used or backup is required. Okay, off grid and decentralized solar PV application programs, it is comes into phase 3. Installation of an additional off grid solar capacity of 118 megawatt by 21. This capacity is very high, but because of this 20 to 22 pandemic era, everything was slowed down or stopped. Through following applications wise target like 3 lakhs solar street lights implementation, 25 lakhs solar steady lamps distribution, and 100 megawatt of off-grid solar power plants. These are small microgrid power plants. Okay. Then second, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha एवं उत्थान महाअभियान PM Kusum Yojana. I think all of you are aware of it, in which the capacity of 25,750 megawatt by 2022 is the target. Okay, and with a very strong financial support, you see the business for new entrepreneurs also 34,422 crores including servicing charges to the implementing agencies that is delivered by the government for the implementation of these projects. Then the scheme consists of 3 major components: 10,000 megawatt of decentralized ground mounted grid connected renewable power plants of individual plants up to size of 2 megawatt. That scheme was established for farmers especially, and so many farmers across the India get benefited of it. Component B, installation of 17.5 lakhs standalone solar power agriculture pumps of individual pumps capacity up to 7.5 HP, in which government will provide a subsidy up to 90%. So that is a very means it's a booster for this industry and very beneficial for the farmers to implement. We called it this industry as a this agriculture pumps day start pump start, like that, complete free and full working. Component C, solarization of 10 lakhs grid connected agriculture pumps of individual pumps capacity of 7.5 HP. Up to 7.5 HP, government will provide subsidies. Next scheme is Atal Jyoti Yojana Ajay, name as under phase 2. Phase 2 will cover installation of 3,04,500 solar street lights in certain
Okay.
states. Okay. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Assam, which are covered in phase 1 of the scheme, as there is a additional demand in these states. Then hilly states like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. Northern states including Sikkim, islands of Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. Preliminary constitutes covering 48 aspirational districts of states other than those covered in 1 and 4. Okay. Schemes on scale up to access to clean energy for rural productive uses. The scheme aims to enhance the use of reliable and affordable renewable energy for rural productive uses, livelihoods in UN served and underserved area in 3 states, Assam, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha, for strengthening rural livelihoods, improving income generation and reduce use of fossil fuels. Here microgrid projects works a lot, as well as DC projects. DC is a DC projects, we say that, where few lights and fans, mobile charger were working sets as small scale systems, and government will provide a very huge subsidy on it. Then the last one, 7 million solar study lamps scheme for school going children's. 7 million solar study lamps to be distributed in identified blocks of the states of Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh. So that is the basic scheme by MNRE, Ministry of and Renewable Energy.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's wonderful, sir. Means we have got a total domain, means through your presentation, we have got a total things that are to be implemented, that are going on, still in work. So that's a big area you have covered, sir.
Exactly.
Really, it was really informative one.
I'm trying to cover up, Miss, because you already told me for the professionals and entrepreneurs, both are involved
Yes, sir.
in
Yes,
the
sir.
program.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Okay, sir. Now, in few bulleted points, what are the things to be done for the improvement of the sector? You are a maestro in the sector, so you have a lot of experience, lot of expertise in the sector. So, what should be done for the improvement of the sector?
Few points to be done in this segment. You say that improving of this segment. Okay. India electricity generation is roughly 1.2 trillion kilowatt of electricity annually. Okay, which divides roughly around 1000 kilowatt per person.
Right.
Okay, this is distinctly by global standard. Okay, it is roughly 1/4 that of China and 1/13 that of USA. Okay, means that much of difference you see. So looking ahead with the target of 2030, there is some change in the policy. Okay, we invite more investments, foreign investments, FDI investments. It's very important. We have to grow more technological experts, manufacturing units in India. I think you are not aware of, in India only 2% of solar cells is manufacturing. Rest 98% we just exported from China, Taiwan, Germany, Korea, and we just assemble it over here. Okay, so it is a great opportunity for all of us to establish and most probably I just share you the product segment also. What are the products and where the opportunity exists for all of us. Like in e-vehicles is again a big area, like solar e-vehicles, solar e-rickshaws we launched in 2019, and none of the player is available in India because the technology is so critical. People are not, don't want to enter into that segment. Okay, so these are few things only where we have to focus on. as well as hybrid models. We have to create it. Like in coastal areas, wind works like anything. Okay, so wind and solar hybrid models we generate. Okay, we establish it, and in plain areas, lot of rice husk or wheat husk is available. So biomass and solar hybrid we generate, or we make it like that. Okay.
Right.
Hmm.
Sir, you are not only the entrepreneur, as I said at the beginning, you are also the researcher. So, some focus on the research and the domain also. Sir, you are also the author of several literary works, especially in the alternate energy domain. So, please, sir, let us know about your research works and what would be the emerging research in this domain, especially focus in terms of the entrepreneurial domain, research in entrepreneurial domain and alternate energy. This type of things.
Okay.
Can you
Okay.
please focus?
First of all,
This is the research domain, sir.
research work in this particular domain, we are working for this solar cells. First of all, solar modules with higher capacity range. Second one, storage system. That is a very painful area at present era and very costly. Okay. Solar inbuilt vehicles, that we launch it already in 3-wheelers, but we are trying to put it with 4-wheeler also. Then hybrid models, that is what I discussed, solar wind or solar biomass or solar biogas, and BIPV. BIPV is very specific area, building integrated photovoltaic systems. And research area, you are talking emerging research area in this domain is presently these 4 special topics on which we are working: solar cells and modules, solar vehicles, solar heavy vehicles like trucks, containers, like that, and BIPV building integrated buildings. It's very important that we have to utilize the building, whole building. You can utilize as means wall. You can utilize wall as a powerhouse, and it looks so nice also.